Hello, everyone. I love to see these numbers rising in the participant count. Hope you enjoyed that fun music to start. And thank you for joining our webinar today to review the Insider Partnership Program. Next slide. You can actually go one more, Sarah. I'm Jen, and I oversee our sales and success teams here at Faire. And I'm joined by the wonderful Thomas and Martina, who are both members of our success team as well. You can wave. Our team's overall goal or mandate is helping brands optimize their performance and get the most out of Faire. And as part of that, we've been working very intimately with our product teams to develop the specifics behind this program over the last few months. Now you can go to the next slide, Sarah. Quick things before we dive into the actual content. We want to go over some housekeeping items. First, please note that this session is being recorded, so you don't need to take copious notes. You can reference this material later, or you can send it out to all of your colleagues and friends who may have missed it. Second, we will have a Q&A session at the end, so do not fret. All those questions you submitted during registration will get answered. But if you have any other questions that come up along the way, please use the Zoom chat functionality to ask them. That's that little comment icon at the bottom of your screen. We have a few team members on the line who will try to respond via chat as quickly as possible during the webinar. However, if they do not get to them live, they will follow up with you directly afterwards. And then the last thing I'll say is that this is not the end. This webinar is not the end of our discussion on Insider. If you have any questions, thoughts, feedback, ideas that come up during the session or after the session, you can reach out to our customer support team. You can reference all the great information we have in the portal under the Insider Partnership tab, or you can even contact me. My email is jennifer@faire.com. I will mention that a few times during this presentation, but myself, Thomas, Martina, we're happy to answer any questions async. And with that, let's get into it. Next slide. Awesome. Our goals. So our goal for this session is for every single one of you on this webinar to walk away with the information and education you need to make an informed decision on the partnership program for you and your business. I will kick us off by sharing a bit more insight into the why we launched this program. Thomas will then walk through the specifics of how it works and where you can learn more about the details for your brand specifically. And then last, Martina will wrap us with some of the Q&A we referenced. Next slide. So let's start with the why. One more, Sarah. Awesome. So like everything that we do at Faire, the inception of this program started with our customers and our mission. How can we help our brands and retailers grow? And what are we, Faire, uniquely positioned to provide to help you all in that pursuit? That is literally the core of what we think about every single day at Faire. From the brand side, we know the majority of you want to be able to grow your business on Faire, and we know that it's not just about getting more orders, but it's about reaching more customers, doing so more consistently, and then growing those relationships sustainably on Faire. On the retailer side, we hear something very, very similar. They want the ability to grow their business by using Faire to find the best brands at the best value. And that allows them to operate their businesses confidently and profitably, which is so, so, so important for the small independent shops that we serve. So that was the general impetus. That was our prompt. How can we get brands more orders and retailers more value in a way that is both attractive to retailers and brands, as well as sustainable for Faire? Next slide. So our hypothesis was shipping. One major thing we knew from 4 years of our Insider program, and for those not familiar with our Insider program, it's the program where retailers can get free shipping on a subset of brands, is that free shipping is and has been an incredibly powerful growth lever on Faire. It drives a substantial amount of order volume on our platform, and it shows up in nearly every single quantitative and qualitative measure we have. So you can read these data points yourself, but I will voice over a couple of things. First, kind of that first box, free shipping actually influences what retailers buy and who they buy from. So when a brand has free shipping, retailers are 30% more likely to buy from that brand versus a similar brand that does not offer free shipping. And an interesting phenomena is that even when brands run a promotion of a similar dollar value, free shipping still converts better. So, for example, if a brand offers 10% off and another brand offers free shipping equal to 10% off, the brand with free shipping actually converts at a better rate. Second, kind of the upper right hand, in nearly every survey we've done in the last 2 years on the retailer side, free shipping shows up as the #1 most requested feature when we ask them what they would like to see more of on Faire. It is like 2x the next most requested feature, free shipping, free shipping, free shipping. The third, our insider customers are our most valuable and stickiest customers. They represent 60% of our customer base, but nearly 80% of all of the sales on our platform. So they are just buying more on Faire and spending more with our brands. It is like the type of customer that you want to build relationships with. And then last, that last box, but an equally important component for us is we believe that providing retailers with free shipping in a way that is also affordable for our brands is actually aligned with our mission. We see it as a way of helping independent retailers be more competitive. It helps them lower their costs, increase their margin, and ultimately gives them more money to funnel back into our brands' pockets. So some pretty powerful data points to support the idea that more free shipping can drive growth. And with that, we began to pursue the question of how can we dramatically increase the amount of free shipping retailers can get on Faire so they drive more orders to all of you and do so in a way that is sustainable for all sides. Next slide. Cool. I won't go through every aspect of this slide since there's a lot of boxes on it, but the visual of the design process is to provide some assurance that this was a very, very long and well thought out decision. The design of this program actually started a year ago with a massive research project, which included hundreds of hours of interviews across retailers and brands, multiple surveys. I think we did over 5 or 6 on different iterations and different ideas, and then dozens of conversations that actually myself, Thomas, and Martina had with brands like many of you to pressure test the program and get feedback along the way. It was dual path with a lot of financial analysis to ensure we were structuring the program in a way that was viable, not just for Faire, but for our customers long-term as well. And specifically, that meant finding a way to continue to enable free shipping coverage on our 0% Faire direct orders while maximizing our free shipping coverage on our commissioned marketplace ones. And that's how we landed on our new Insider Partnership program. Next slide. Next slide, sorry, cool. Thomas will go through the specifics, but at the highest level, this program is a way for all of you to expand your free shipping coverage on Faire, but only take on a portion of the cost. So brands like yourself fund free shipping on eligible 0% orders, and in return, we expand your free shipping coverage and take on all the costs associated with shipping on your commissioned marketplace orders. We believe that this program is a win-win for brands and retailers. It means increased value for retailers, which leads to more dollars in their pockets, more frequent and stickier orders, but at a much lower cost than it would be if brands were to fund all of this themselves. And the last thing I'll say before handing it off to Thomas to walk through the details is we at Faire are extremely excited about this program launching. We think it will be transformative to the way retailers shop and the relationships that all of you can actually build on Faire. But we view it as the first step in a much longer journey on shipping. Our ultimate ambition is to make Faire the easiest and most affordable place for retailers and brands to do their wholesale shipping. We know we are far from that vision today, but we are working towards it, and we welcome ideas and feedback from all of you. So if you have thoughts, if you have inspiration on ways we can improve your shipping experience on Faire, I am asking you to email me at jennifer@faire.com JENNIFER @faire.com with them. I vow to respond to each and every one. That's how excited and passionate we are about this program and shipping overall. So please, please, please don't hesitate to do that if you have thoughts. And with that, I'll hand it to Thomas to talk through the details of the program.
Thank you, Jen. And yeah, you might be getting a lot of emails after this webinar. My email is also attached to this webinar, so feel free to email me as well. And would also remind everyone to use the Q&A at the bottom. I know you guys left a bunch of great questions when you're registering for the webinar, and want to make sure we get to all of them today and save Jen some emails later. But yes, my name is Thomas. I'm a manager on our brand success team here at Faire, and I will be walking you through the details of the new Insider Partnership. So before hopping into the new Insider Partnership, I do want to explain the existing Insider program, as we've heard from many brands that they either didn't know about the Insider program, or it was a black box and they didn't understand when they were covered or when they weren't. And one of the goals of this new program is to make Insider much more transparent and impactful for you guys as brands. With that, the Insider program today, as Jen mentioned, is a free shipping subscription program where retailers can pay a monthly subscription fee to get free shipping on select orders. So on the screen, you can see what this looks like for an Insider retailer when they're shopping today. On average, about 40% of what they shop for will be covered by Insider free shipping. And what brands show up as insiders is dependent on the expected shipping cost for the brands on the page. Historically, if the expected shipping costs were below 6% of the order total, a brand would show up as eligible for Insider free shipping, and this was covered entirely by Faire. So basically, those 4 brands you see on the screen, we expected shipping to be cheaper, so below 6%. And those other 6 on the screen, we expected shipping to be more expensive, so they wouldn't have been covered by Insider. On the next slide, to talk through how we are evolving the Insider program from today's version into this new Insider Partnership. How this works is, if you choose to opt in, Faire's commitment is to increase its coverage of Insider free shipping on your brand for eligible insiders who find you through the marketplace. So those are those 15% commission customers. In exchange, you would opt in to cover free shipping on eligible Faire Direct orders. So those are your 0% commission orders. For both of these scenarios, the eligibility for covered Insider free shipping would increase, so that instead of only showing up as an Insider brand when shipping was expected to be lower than 6%, like it is today, we would expand that threshold and cover shipping when it was expected to be lower than 10 to 13% of the order total. This basically would result in more free shipping coverage for your brand, and Faire would cover a lot of the cost. I do want to note that part of this update to Insider is that Faire will no longer fund Insider free shipping for 0% commission Faire Direct relationships. This is something you may have experienced in the past, and instead we will be redirecting those dollars towards driving you new orders through the marketplace. Next slide. So as part of this program, we did want to give brands agency to choose the option that works best for you guys. And with that, we have the Insider Partner Program, which you see on the left, Insider Partner Basic, and then there is the option to not opt in. On the screen, you'll see the difference in these options at a very high level. Starting on the left, if you opt into the Insider Partner Program, retailers will see you as a Faire Insider when the expected shipping cost of their order is less than 13%. This would provide the greatest amount of Insider free shipping exposure. Faire would pay for all Insider free shipping on your marketplace orders, basically investing up to 13% of your commission dollars into free shipping to drive you new customers. And in return, you would cover free shipping on any eligible Faire Direct orders where you're paying the 0% commission. If you were to opt in to Insider Partner Basic, everything would work the same, but you would only show up as an insider eligible brand for retailers when the expected shipping on your order was less than 10% of the order total. So depending on your average shipping cost as a brand, this would likely result in less coverage, but it could be a more economical option that you could consider. And then lastly, if you choose not to opt in, Faire will still cover a baseline of free shipping for your brand through the Insider program. This coverage would be similar to today, where you would be covered when the estimated shipping is below 6% on marketplace orders. But again, as part of this change, we would no longer cover any insider free shipping on Faire Direct orders, which is something that you may have had in the past. So on the next slide, we received a number of questions in regard to just how insider eligibility would be determined with this new program. So I do just want to double click there. And the key thing to understand with this partnership program is that insider free shipping is determined at the relationship level. So even if an insider retailer is shopping your store, it doesn't necessarily mean that you'll be covered by free shipping. A lot of that depends on the estimated shipping cost. So using the insider partner level as an example, if you're an insider partner, insiders will see free shipping on your brand if shipping costs are estimated to be below 13%. If shipping is expected to be higher than 13%, then an insider retailer wouldn't actually see insider free shipping on your brand. If the order is eligible and the buyer is a Faire Direct relationship, then you would cover the shipping cost of that order. If the buyer is a marketplace customer, so one of those commissioned customers, then Faire would cover the shipping. If you were not an insider partner, Faire is still committed to offering free shipping on your brand when shipping costs are estimated to be below that 6% threshold that we've talked about. And Faire would cover the cost here. You would not cover any insider free shipping if you don't opt in to the insider partnership. So I know that was a lot of information, but wanted to go through a couple examples over the next couple of slides to help clarify this across a couple different scenarios. So in this first example, an insider retailer orders from you. They're a marketplace relationship, and the average estimated shipping cost is 11% of the order total. So in this scenario, if you're opted in as an insider partner, this insider retailer would see free shipping on your brand through Insider, and Faire would pay the shipping cost if the retailer placed an order. If you were not opted in this scenario as an insider partner, then the insider retailer just would not see insider free shipping on your brand, since 11% is greater than that 6% baseline insider free shipping level. So in this scenario, the retailer wouldn't see free shipping and they would pay for shipping if they ended up placing the order. Moving to a different example, our second of four. If an insider retailer orders from you as a Faire Direct relationship, so one of those 0% commission orders, and the average estimated shipping cost is 8% of the order total. If you're opted in as an insider partner, this buyer would see free shipping on your brand, and you would pay the shipping cost if they ended up placing an order. If you were not opted in as an insider partner, then this insider retailer would not see free shipping on your brand, as this is a Faire Direct relationship. And if they ended up placing an order, they would pay for shipping. Two more examples to go. Hopefully this is helpful. So on this third example, this scenario is a non-insider retailer orders from you as a Faire Direct relationship, and the average shipping cost is 5% of the order total. If you're an insider partner, this retailer would not see insider free shipping on your brand, since they're not an insider retailer, and the retailer would just pay the shipping in this instance. This would be the same if you were opted in to the insider program, or if you weren't opted in, as the retailer just isn't in the insider program. As Jen mentioned earlier, insiders account for about 60% of our Faire retailers and drive about 80% of the volume on Faire. So this example won't be the norm, as most of our buyers and our biggest buyers on Faire are insiders. Lastly, to close us out, and I see the Q&A, there's lots of Q&A, which is great. I hope we're getting to a bunch of your questions. But to close us out with one last example and an important note, if actual shipping costs exceed 13% of the order amount for an insider eligible Faire Direct order, Faire will actually cover the difference. So basically, if we give insider coverage based off of an inaccurate shipping estimate, we will actually protect your costs on the upside. So as an example, if an insider retailer orders from you as a Faire Direct relationship, and our estimate suggests the shipping will be 13% or less of the order total, but it ends up being 20% of the order total. If you were opted in as an insider partner, this insider would still see insider free shipping on your brand because we expect it to be below 13. You would then pay the shipping up to 13% of the order total. Faire would then cover the remaining 7% as our estimate was inaccurate. In this same situation, if you weren't an insider partner, this insider would not see free shipping on your brand since they are a Faire Direct relationship. And in that instance, the retailer would pay for shipping. So hopefully on the next slide, hopefully these examples were helpful just in contextualizing what relationships would qualify for insider free shipping with this partnership and who would be paying based on the order. I also want to note that all of this will happen automatically on the back end, so you won't have to be thinking of these different scenarios when you're taking in orders, but hopefully it's helpful to contextualize the program and the cost, which is what we're going to get into next in terms of what this could mean for your brand and ultimately why we think you should opt into the new partnership. So on the next slide, ultimately, what this program can do for your brand is help you grow your sales by offering more free shipping without needing to cover all the costs yourself. So given we've been running the current insider program for over 4 years, we do know the effect that insider and free shipping in general has on the retailer purchasing habits on Faire. Jen alluded to a couple of these stats, but we've seen that it's the best way to convert new customers. Retailers are 30% more likely to buy on Faire when they see insider free shipping on a brand. It's one of the best ways to build loyalty with existing customers, as we see that retailers reorder 30% more when they get free shipping, and they order more often and in larger quantities. And then lastly, this program could be an important partnership to help retain customers. If you have current Faire Direct customers that have been covered by insider free shipping in the past, then opting into this program will ensure that they continue to receive free shipping on your brand, which will help retain them as customers. Cool. So on the next slide, in order to help brands make as educated a decision here as possible, we invested a lot of resources into showing every brand personalized numbers for what they could expect in impact, coverage, and cost if they opt into this program. I would suggest everyone on this webinar, maybe not right now, but after the webinar, to please go to your Faire portal, click on the marketing tab, and then click on the insider partnership tab where you can see your personalized numbers in the portal. This is also the page where you can ultimately opt into the program. I won't be going through specific numbers on this webinar, but I do want to walk you through how to look at these numbers so that you can opt in with confidence. So first off, these numbers are looking at your personalized sales over the period April 2023 to March 2024. If you weren't on Faire for this whole period, we actually projected your numbers out over that period of time. We then compared if this program had been live and you had been opted into the Insider Partner Program or not during that time, and what the difference in sales and coverage would be from opting in versus out. Lastly, we calculated your cost based on how much free shipping you would have had to cover over that period and compared that to the cost that Faire would have covered from its expanded free shipping. Of note, your costs here are not a fee. They're an estimate of how much shipping you would have covered on 0% commission orders over the year period described. One way to think about these costs, as it's not a cost that you're paying to Faire. This is more of an investment into converting and retaining your Faire Direct customers through free shipping. Cool. And then on the next slide, just if you want to, and I would encourage you to dig deeper into your personalized estimates in the portal, we have a lot more resources that you can click into under the numbers portion of the page. Again, this page is on under marketing in your portal, under Insider Partnership. And as you can see on the slides, I would encourage you to click into each of these cards to learn how we estimated your sales impact based on conversion, increased loyalty, increased retention. We've also listed out how more insiders will see free shipping on your brand. And lastly, we break out the cost and how eligibility works in detail, specific to your brand and your average shipping cost, because this program will look different depending on your average shipping cost. We know that there are a lot of numbers and scenarios with this partnership, but we want to ensure we're as transparent as possible to ensure that you're confident in how opting into this program will ultimately grow your sales. Great. Lots of Q&A. Love it. Next slide. Lastly, before moving on, just wanted to quickly highlight what is not changing as part of this partnership, as we received a number of related questions through the registration form. So first off, Faire Direct is still an incredible tool for brands to leverage to consolidate their wholesale at 0% commission on Faire, and to offer retailers an easy ordering option with net 60 terms, free returns, all covered by Faire. Also, the new retailer benefits still apply. So Faire will still cover 1 year of free shipping with your brand for new retailers that you bring to Faire as part of the Faire Direct sign-up offer. And this is separate from the Insider Partnership program. Second, and we've touched on this, but want to highlight, Faire is still committed to offering free shipping through Insider, regardless of if you opt in or not. And we will continue to fund a baseline of free shipping coverage on your products. That said, we obviously hope that you opt in so that we can fund even more free shipping on your brand. So last slide here, just want to go through timeline and next steps before handing it off to Martina. So on the next slide, one, we plan to launch the official partnership August 22nd, as we want to give brands ample time to consider their options here, given this is a new program and we're asking you to opt in. That said, we are offering an exciting incentive for brands that opt in by June 30th. For brands that opt in before that June 30th date, Faire will actually expand your marketplace insider coverage for Faire Market, which is happening from July 22nd to the 25th. This would come at no cost to you, as it would only be on those marketplace customers where we would expand our coverage. And by opting in early, you wouldn't be agreeing to cover any shipping cost until the actual launch of the partnership on August 22nd, at which time you would start covering shipping when eligible orders came in from those Faire Direct customers. So if you do plan to opt in, you can do so directly on the Insider Partnership tab of your portal. And that opt-in process is live today if you want to opt in now and lock in this early bird special for Faire Market. With that, I will pass it off to Martina, who will be answering a number of questions that you guys submitted through the registration form. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Thomas. So as Thomas said, we'll now cover some FAQs. We try to address some pre-submitted questions in the earlier part of the presentation, but now I'll walk you through a few more. Those are the top questions that we generally hear since we announced this partnership. Just a reminder, you can still use the Q&A button to ask any additional questions. As you can see, we have an amazing team ready to help you. So let's start. So the first question, why do insiders get free shipping on only some brands? Does becoming an insider partner increase regional reach? This is a great question, and it was asked from a few of you, as you can see. I'll start with why insider only get free shipping on some brands. Brand-retailer relationship become eligible for insider free shipping when the cost to ship is estimated to be between 1 to 13% of the value of the order value, if this is the partner option, or between 1 to 10% if it's the partner basic option. The two factors that influence these estimates are the retailer location and your prior reported shipping costs. So as a partner, when we expand your eligibility, more insiders will see free shipping on your brand. Since eligibility is based on shipping cost estimates, we usually see a correlation with insiders who are geographically close to you becoming more likely to see free shipping on your brand, since typically the cost to ship to them are lower. One note to keep in mind is that Insider is available to the majority of US retailers, excluding retailers in Alaska, Hawaii, and select US territories, and it's not available to Canadian retailers yet. This is on our roadmap, so more to come here. I saw this was one of the questions that you submitted, but again, we're working on it. Next question. What do I pay if I become an insider partner? This was also a very popular question. As Thomas mentioned before, there is no fee to opt in to become an insider partner. If you opt in, you will only pay the shipping costs on any order that you receive from eligible insiders who have a Faire Direct 0% commission relationship with you. Note, this is not all Faire Direct orders, just the insider eligible Faire Direct orders. You can visit your Insider Partnership page under the Marketing tab to see your estimated annual costs if you opt in, as well as the average percentage shipping cost per order that your brand could expect to pay on these orders. These are projections based on your prior sales data, and even if they may not be representative of future performance, we feel very confident that they will provide a useful estimate of the cost that you can expect. Finally, as a reminder, you will not pay shipping costs on orders that you receive from eligible insider in the marketplace. So the ones where you're paying the 15% commissions, Faire will cover those costs. Next question. What happens if actual costs end up being higher than the 13% estimate? So as Thomas mentioned before, occasionally, hopefully very rarely, the actual shipping cost on the insider order exceed that 13 or 10% of the order value that we previously estimated. When this happens, rest assured that you will never have to pay. So if this is an eligible insider marketplace order, Faire will pay for shipping. If instead it's an eligible insider Faire Direct order, you'll only pay 13% or 10% if you opt in the basic option of the order value. And Faire will cover the difference between that 13% or 10% and the actual shipping cost. One important note, if you're using Ship on Your Own, we'll only be able to reimburse the shipping cost on your payout up to an approved amount for those orders, as it is today. I also wanted to add that we address this insider coverage regularly to ensure the cost effectiveness of insider free shipping. And rarely, when shipping costs between a brand and a retailer are consistently higher than 13% of the order size, or 10% for the basic, an insider that previously had free shipping on your brand may lose insider free shipping eligibility. In the event that this happens, this information will be available at least 30 days before the change. Next slide. Does becoming an insider partner affect how I ship my orders? No, you can continue using your preferred shipping method, Ship on Your Own or Ship with Faire. Nothing will change on the fulfillment side of the process. Please remember that if you ship on your own, as I mentioned in the previous FAQ, we'll reimburse the shipping cost on your payout up to that approved amount for those orders. Next slide. Can I opt out? Well, we hope not, but yes, after the program launches on August 22nd, you can opt out or make changes to your participation anytime. Once you opt out, we'll stop showing your brand as a free shipping brand to any new Faire Direct retailer. Note that for 90 days after opting out or changing your membership option, there will be a lag in insiders free shipping eligibility changing on your brand. while we provide retailers advance notice about the change. During this period, you'll be responsible for the shipping costs for eligible Faire Direct insiders that already placed an order from you during the time you were an insider partner, and Faire will continue to cover the shipping costs for eligible market insiders that already placed orders from you during that time that you were an insider partner. If you need to opt out before we launch the partnership on August 22nd, please reach out to our customer support. They'll be able to help you from there. Next question. So this is the last question. What is changing for retailers? Well, in mid-July, we'll inform our retailers of the expanded insider free shipping they can expect to see starting August 22nd, along with some changes to the exact brand eligibility. And we'll continue to promote the insider program to retailers who have not signed up yet. When the Insider Partnership launches on August 22nd, retailers who could be eligible for insider free shipping on your product will still simply see insider free shipping or insider over $300 on your brand. We will not specify whether Faire or the brand is paying for shipping costs, and this is to keep the retailer shopping experience very simple. Insiders will continue to pay $19.99 per month to be part of the program. We have heard a few questions from brands about whether we consider simply increasing this monthly insider membership fee for our retailers instead of asking brands to cover the Faire Direct insider shipping costs through this insider partnership model. Today, Faire pays over 3 times more in insider shipping costs than we receive in insider membership fees. So simply raising the monthly insider membership price would not be a viable alternative path to expand free shipping on Faire. We continue to invest even more into insider free shipping coverage alongside our brands as more brands become insider partners. So we expect this ratio to remain steady, if not increase. With this, I hope we answered some of your top questions. And now I'll pass it back to Jen to close it out.
Thanks, Martina. I'm going to go a bit rogue here and try to answer some of the outstanding questions and themes that we're seeing in the Q&A. I probably won't get to all of them, but we're going to do our best in the next 10, 15 minutes. The first I want to orient everyone to is actually in the chat, and our colleague Sarah Beatty answered it. But one common question was, how do we actually understand and determine the estimated shipping cost to know what relationships should be insider eligible and which should not? And what we do, and it's more sophisticated than my brain, but we look at the historical shipping costs between brands and retailers in various locations. If the overall shipping cost, the majority of time, is below 13% or 10%, we code that relationship as an insider relationship. We then keep insider between that brand and retailer basically in perpetuity, which means that even if an individual order ends up above that, we will pay for the overages. So we will pay for 100% if it's marketplace, and we will pay the delta between whatever it is and that 13% on Faire Direct. So that's how kind of orders are calculated and basically how we kind of estimate shipping costs. Another big theme was around, if I opt out, will fewer retailers see my brand? I think basically the question being will my ranking change if I do not participate in this program? And the answer is no, insider is not a direct input into our ranking model. The reason we talk about more retailers converting on your brand if they see you as an insider is because we see that in our data. 30% of the time, they're more likely to buy from you than if you don't have free shipping, but it doesn't actually change your placement. It just changes the fact that you will show up with an insider token in your current placement today. Really helpful. Another theme was around the minimums associated with insider free shipping and can you control it, and why are there not minimums associated with it? So today there's actually 2 tranches of insider. You can get free shipping without there being a minimum, and then there is expanded coverage so that we can offer more free shipping in general, but we do have a minimum of $300 or higher. The vast majority of the incremental coverage that you'll get through this program will come with a $300 minimum. And rationale for that is it is more economical and sustainable for us and for you all to have a higher order minimum. At the time of launch, we will not be offering the ability for brands to customize what that minimum is, but it is feedback we heard and we are considering for future iterations of the program. We covered the opt-out policy, which was a common question. So you can opt out. It's basically a 90-day notice. No net new retailers will get insider coverage for your brand, but you'll be responsible for paying coverage on existing retailers. And the reason that is basically having a policy and principle where we want to minimize the disruption to insider relationships between brands and retailers and give retailers sufficient notice that their insider is expiring. I'm looking through, are there any other themes I may have missed? Thomas, Martina, Sarah, as you're going through. Oh, I think Martina answered this as well, but just clarifying, you can use Ship on your own for this program. You do not have to use Ship with Faire for this program. I think I have most of them. There's a lot of very specific questions on how do I understand the numbers for me. And again, please sign into your portal. Under the marketing tab, there's a tab called Insider, and all of the details specific to your brand are included there. It includes both what your average shipping cost is, what we estimate your cost to be based on your last 12 months of data, and then to Thomas's slides, what we estimate the total value is. There were a couple of questions of, is that dollar value incremental sales or sales I would lose if I don't participate? And it is a combination of both. It is basically the dollar value associated with opting in versus opting out. Majority of those dollars are generally growth, not losing sales on Faire Direct. Anything else that I didn't cover? I'm looking through. I think we covered the main themes. With that, we will be responding to all of these questions after the webinar. So we will respond to you guys if we did not get to your question live, but hopefully this information was insightful and helpful in helping you make a decision. As I mentioned in the beginning, this is a first step at making shipping on Faire a very easy, delightful, and affordable experience for brands and retailers. There was one comment around, are we going to renegotiate our FedEx and UPS prices? And that is something we are actively looking at right now, again, to pursue that ambition. But please email me or our customer support team if you have ideas or feedback. Again, I'm Jennifer@faire.com. Thank you for giving us this time and excited to continue partnering with you all.